Scared money never makes you money. Guys, in the 20 some years that I've been doing these video reports, I've said this many times, and I'm going to say it again to you today. And I say it with the utmost respect, the utmost love. And in the off chance that my wife, who happens to be out of town this week, might actually watch this video report sometime. My wife is a video poker and slot machine degenerate. And every time she comes home and she loses, which she inevitably does, she asks me the same question: why can't I win? And I say to her the same thing over and over again, which inevitably ticks her off even more after she loses. And my answer is always the same. It's simply this: it's because you play not to lose rather than to win. Which brings me back to what I said to you at the outset. Scared money never wins you money. Listen, guys, I've had a very good, strong college football and NFL season. Hell, here on Saturdays with my best bets, my single strongest play over at DeMarcoSports.com in college football, I'm going for winning Saturday number 8 out of 10. Here on the video report, my top complimentary play, which is in essence the second strongest play on the board on Saturday. Over the past 10 Saturdays, I've hit 8 out of 10. So going for number 9 out of 11 today with the play that I'm giving away. And those raise the bar 20 dime releases over the past 3 seasons in the NFL and college football combined, I've won 17 out of 26. But guys, I'm not here to protect my record. I'm not here to dole out little plays each and every week. You know me by now. I believe that when you're on a roll and you've accumulated bankroll, it's time to press the action. And there is one game when I handicapped a card on Monday that was, as I jokingly like to say, screaming, bet me, bet me, bet me. It was just jumping off the board, and nothing has changed my opinion from Monday to today, Saturday morning. And consequently, I'm coming out with a play that matches the single strongest play of my career in any sport. It is an ultra rare 30 dime release. In college football, in the 23 years since I created DeMarcoSports.com, I have had only 35 of these plays. Today is number 36. 36th ever 30 dime release in 23 years in college football, and it goes today. And quite simply, it's my 4 touchdown blowout of the year. It's going to be a rout. And once again, just like every single one of those raise the bar 20 dime releases, just like the previous 35 30 dime releases, it's going to be the half price play of the day over at DeMarcoSports.com using coupon code HALF, HALF. Now, you will see over at the website, and you will hear me say to you right now, if you've been along for the ride this entire season, you're up. We're playing with profit. So we're just taking a little bit of that money, a little bit of it, and adding to our regular wager amount, which lately have been all these 20 dime plays, and we're putting more down on the table. But if you're new and you're joining the bandwagon now, guys, listen, the golden rule of gambling, as far as I'm concerned, has always been, and I've said this since the days I used to have my national sports talk show, is simply put, never bet more than you can afford to lose. That way you never get stuck in that deep financial abyss from which there is no escape. So you've got to play this play, if you're new to the show, within your normal bankroll allocations. Because listen, I love the play. I think it's going to win. It's a 50-50 betting proposition like every single play. I might lose. And know what? If I do, the sun will rise in the east and it'll set in the west tomorrow, and I'll be here tomorrow with another video report and another play in the NFL. That's how it always is. So you're big boys, big girls. So you know this is gambling. And as I also have always said, if you look it up in the dictionary, if people actually have dictionaries anymore, guaranteed and gambling are not on the same page. So if I win, I won't be here tomorrow celebrating the win. And if I lose, I won't be here tomorrow lamenting the losses. Because again, I'm man enough to release the play because I think I'm going to win. I'm playing with profit. And you should be adult enough to accept the consequences if you're in to take a shot at the brass ring. Now, by the way, I'm Al DeMarco, General Manager, DeMarcoSports.com. And if you haven't figured that out by now because you've been seeing the name at the bottom of the video, Or if you were looking for the latest Taylor Swift video, I've got news for you. You are sorely mistaken and you have definitely come to the wrong place, and I feel bad for you. But anyway, I've got three complimentary plays here for today's video report, with the number one play going to be on the Holy War game between BYU and Utah. That is my second favorite play on the board. And again, complimentary plays here, the top play in college football. I have gone 8-2 the last 10 Saturdays right here with the play I'm giving away. And before I go any further, let's quickly just talk about the complimentary plays. As I like to say, if you're new to the dance, these are the best of the worst. When I narrow down a card, these are the plays that, for one reason or another, didn't make it as my premium play, which again, 7-2 the last 9 Saturdays with those, and that's why they're relegated to comp play status. Inevitably, even though I've won 8 of the past 10 Saturdays with my top complimentary play, some of those Saturdays have gone 2-3. Some have gone 3-2. Some have gone, well, I had 1-4 Saturday about a month ago. And inevitably, some jackass will go ahead and write in. It's like, oh, you suck. Hey, you should retire. Blah, blah, blah. Like I really give a damn about your opinion, to be honest with you, you losers that write in with that crap. Do you understand? These are free plays. You understand my best bet is over on DeMarcosports.com, and there's a reason for that. Because if you go to our site, you'll see that there are no sports books advertised. We make our money because we're capitalists. Oh my God, we're capitalists by selling picks. That's 100% of the derived revenue, unlike just about every single sports site out there. And unlike most videos, which are giving away free picks, you'll see that they're pushing sports books. They do so because they get a percentage of either your sign-up bonus or they get a straight commission on every customer they push towards a sports book. Therefore, if they have a best bet, they can give it away for free, or they just randomly give away picks because they don't really give a damn, because it's all a game. It's about how many customers you can send to the sports book, because it's a very lucrative business, which I think I could have made an extra $1 million over the last, 3-4 years if we had done that, but we chose not to. That's not the way we've been rolling. It's a business decision. So that's what you have to understand. These comp plays, I really want to win them, but if you're not happy with 8 of 10 of the top comp play winning, again, look for the Taylor Swift video. So we move on and let's talk about that top play. And I am going to go with BYU minus the points against Utah. And again, this is the Holy War game for Utah, a team that has just had a horrible season. This is inevitably their Super Bowl. I find it's very interesting that this line, earlier in the week, as late as Wednesday, BYU was a 4-point favorite. It moved down to 3. The two big sports books, which have a collective reported 67% of the U.S. betting market, one is at 3, one is at 2.5 today. You know what I'm about to say. If you're betting BYU at 3, you're obviously buying down the half point here. If that line is between 3 and 4.5, at one of the sports books, you can get it at 2.5 minus 120. You don't have to buy that half point, right? This is the first Holy War meeting since the 2021 season, when BYU snapped a 9-game losing streak in the series and beat Utah that year. Both teams are coming off a bye. BYU, of course, first place in the Big 12 at a perfect 8-0. Have, of course, scored 34 more points in 6 straight games. They've got the running game going the past 3 weeks to complement Jake Retzlaff as well. It helps that their top 2 running backs returned to action 3 games ago as well. Utah has lost 4 straight games. The offense has really been disappointing in those 4 losses as well, scoring a combined 33-17, 50 points in those games total. So that's the problem. You don't know who's going to be starting the quarterback for BYU today. It's either going to be Brandon Rhodes getting his first ever start, or Isaac Wilson, who really hasn't played well. Again, biggest game of the year. It's going to be a hostile environment in Salt Lake, but I still like BYU, a team that has met every single challenge this season and has delivered. FYI, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you can certainly do so. You see the little marker down there in the corner. That way you'll be alerted to when I have the video reports out and available. I will be doing some more in the NBA and college basketball as the season winds on. It's a little difficult right now because of the confluence of all the seasons coming together here at this point in the a month. Also, if you like the video, hit the little like button. It's the least you could do, because you're not watching Taylor Swift, which I don't know, again, may not be a good thing. So anyway, let's go to your next complimentary play. A team that I've used many, many times this season, both as a best bet And as a complimentary play, and that is going to be Indiana, a 14.5 point favorite at home against Michigan. You know, Indiana has not gotten a lot of respect from the college football playoff committee because they don't have any big wins. And let's face it, Michigan, the defending national champion, not a good team, but name value, this would probably be Michigan's biggest win of the season. And I think that one thing that Michigan is, or Indiana has done this season so far is to run up the score, maybe not in the most obvious way, but their head coach, Kurt Signetti, has not exactly taken prisoners in the second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter. They have put a lot of points on the board. This is a team that, you want to talk about revenge? Forget about last year's beatdown in Ann Arbor, 52-7. In 43 prior meetings, Indiana has never been favored in this series. Never. So it's comeuppance in Bloomington. And you've got a Michigan team that, yes, has a very strong defensive line with two potential first rounders in next year's draft, a team that has good pass rush potential. But remember, you got Curtis Rourke, who has a fast, quick delivery and release, and you've got an offensive line for Indiana that's allowed just 7 sacks this season. You've got a Michigan offense, which, no matter who's quarterbacking, I don't care. They haven't been able to get the job done. And you've got a Hoosiers offense that's number 2 in scoring at almost 47 points a game, number 9 in total yards and FBS with almost 477 yards a game, averaging 285 of those yards through the air. Yet they can also run the ball, 191 yards. This is a balanced attack that has quick strike potential, a bevy of good wide receivers too. I like Indiana in that spot. Final little quick announcement for you. You see the ad, the little thing at the bottom of the screen. 2-day free all access pass. If you have never purchased anything over at DeMarcosports.com before, if you have never taken advantage of the 2-day free all access pass, this is the best time to do it because you will get my top play today, the rare 30-dime play. You will get the latest 75-dime release from Rick Torino, who is the winningest college football handicapper, better than me, over the past 2+ seasons, since he joined the site 2+ seasons ago. He has another big play going today. You will get that for free as well. Plus all the plays of all the handicappers for free, no strings attached, over at DeMarcosports.com. The all access pass today normally costs $119. If you were to pay for all the handicappers individually, it would probably cost you $800 or $900, I'm assuming at this point. Not all the guys have loaded their plays, but you get today's plays or tomorrow's plays. You pick the 2 days. The choice is yours. Guys, as I always say, I can't oversell the word free, and free it is. Check it out, the All Access Pass 2-day free offer over at DeMarcosports.com. And finally, your last complimentary play, and believe me, guys, if BYU is here and Indiana is right behind BYU, this play, way down there. I'm going to take a shot with UNLV, minus the 13 points at Hawaii. Now, the Rebels have been idle since that Friday night loss 15 days ago at home against Boise State. But this is a team that's won at Oregon State. They won at Utah State. They won at Kansas. They won at Houston. I know the Rainbow Warriors have won 2 straight. They won in dramatic fashion at Fresno last week, a last-minute touchdown pass. They won the previous week at home against Nevada. If I told you, and if I asked you before this video report, which team led the Mountain West Conference in scoring defense and who was number 2 in total defense, you never would have guessed in a million years it was Hawaii, but the numbers back me up. 22 points a game yielded, 333 yards a game yielded, not too bad. And 5 home games are only giving up an average of 15.6 points a game. But I want to see them be able to stop this UNLV offense. Second in the Mountain West Conference, 5th in the nation in scoring at 41 points a game, second in the Mountain West Conference, number 6 in the nation in terms of running the ball, 244 yards a game. I like UNLV here minus the 13 points. So let's recap the plays. Again, number 1, BYU, late game starts at 10:30 Eastern time. And again, you're getting them at -2.5 or -3, depending on where you look for the Cougars. Number 2 is going to be Indiana, minus the 14.5 points at home against Michigan. And then number 3 is going to be UNLV. And again, as I said, a distant third It's going to be UNLV. And with that BYU play, keep in mind, last week the top play was Oregon over Michigan. 8-2 the last 10 Saturdays with the top complimentary plays. That'll do it, guys. I wish you well, and we'll talk to you again on Sunday when we do this one more time. Good luck, everybody.